Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting into order. It's 6 p.m. If I can please have roll call.
Councilmember Alonso.
Present.
Councilmember Romero.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo.
Here.
Councilmember Peralta.
Present.
Mayor Melendez.
And I am here. We can please have the announcement of the closed session items.
Before we do, let me just check in to see if we have any public comment cards for closed session.
Yes, we do have one speaker card for closed session.
Okay, if we can please have that person come up.
Yes, can we please have Will Severo?
Good evening, Council. Tonight's closed session about Navarro, I think, is an important issue. You know, this case has been going on for over 3 years. Mr. Alvarez, you said to trust in your ability to manage, so I'm speaking and hopefully you guys could hear me on this. I know nobody up here has ever had to put their lives on the line because nobody up here is a former military, police, or fire. I was in the fire, so we had to save lives and we had to be put in situations that most people are never going to be put in. So it's going to be very difficult for a layman person to understand what it has to be to put on that field, whether it be a police officer or be a fireman. We have an issue with hiring and we have a retention problem. How do you think that retention is going to do any better when we have officers off when 4 years and the judge has already directed the city attorney to bring them back to work? They bring him back to work and they fire him that same day because he doesn't have a COVID vaccination. Yet he already had all of his medical taken away from him. He already lost his home. Put your guys in that situation. Now, after you're in that situation, would you give anybody recommendations to come and work here? Seriously, would you tell anybody to come and work for our department knowing that we have other people getting screwed with like this? Regardless of the situations, there's a protocol that we should be following. And when a judge orders an employee to come back, the way they told Mr. Glassman to do this is to hire him back on, fix his retirement because of what they did was illegal, and then he could retire after that. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it within the program for retirement of the pension PERS. However, this man keeps on getting billable hours, and before that, it was from other people. So, although you cannot tell Glassman what to do, you guys control the purse strings. So under California's League of Cities, because we are a general city, you guys control the purse strings. You guys need to be watching it because you know financially we're in a position. And these lawsuits do not help our reputation. And I understand I'm not always the most positive person to come up here, but this is enough. We need more police officers, we need more fire, and we need to stop with these long lawsuits. All it does is make that guy richer. So appreciate it. Thank you guys, and hopefully it resonates with you guys.
Thank you for your comment. Do we have any other speakers?
We have none.
Okay, at this time,
So was that for closed session?
is that for the closed session item or opens? Okay,
No.
so we'll take that once the public portion of the agenda comes up. Okay, if I can please have our city attorney read the announcements of the
Yes.
closed session items.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. We have 2 items on the agenda tonight. One is under public employee discipline, dismissal, release, and the other one is under conference with legal counsel, existing litigation. It would be appropriate to recess into closed session.
Okay, at this time, we'll recess into closed session at 6:04, and we'll be back after the closed session items are discussed. Thank you.
In our community, the value of community organizations improve our quality of life by the interests and spirit those organizations uphold. Community organizations provide opportunities for friends and neighbors to give back, get involved, and come together while creating a sense of pride for the city they all share. Contact a community organization today and discover the contribution you can make through your participation and support.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Salvatore Restaurant with Joe to tell us more about his business.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joe from Salvatore's Italian Restaurant. Welcome. At Salvatore's restaurant, we specialized in authentic Southern Italian food, lasagnas and spaghetti and meatballs, and of course, our pizzas. All the ingredients come from a family recipe dated back to the early 70s. When you come to Salvatore's restaurant, we treat you like family. We're not only open for lunch and dinner, but we have full entertainment Saturdays and Sundays, a banquet room to suit any occasion, and if you can't make the banquet room, we have party trays for pickup. For more information, visit us at salvatorerestaurant.com or on our social media websites at Salvatore Restaurant. Buon appetito.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
With open green spaces and over 125 acres of parkland, Montebello's recreation and community services offer endless opportunities in outdoor activities, health and wellness services, exciting events, and fun activities for all ages. Offering 12 scenic parks, 4 community centers, and multiple athletic facilities, recreational resources that enhance daily living and connect residents with their community. Engaging with the public every day, the Department of Recreation and Community Services provides quality programming in athletics, childcare, volunteer opportunities, and senior wellness activities. Recreation leaders strive to provide stellar services while creating memorable experiences for all families, residents, and visitors. Looking for fun and entertainment? Find hidden gems like the Barnyard Zoo, Sanchez Adobe Museum, or the Downtown Farmers Market. Coming soon is a world-class Topgolf entertainment complex. Whether you're spending a sunny day at one of our parks or joining a community event, Recreation and Community Services has something for everyone.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Oeste with Naomi to tell us more about her business.
Hi, I'm Naomi, the founder and owner of Oeste, a home goods company based here in Montebello on Whittier Boulevard. come check out our offerings. We have plenty of cosas bonitas for your casita. Here at Oeste, we specialize in aromatic goodies for your home, as well as other beautiful home decor pieces from Latin American makers and artisans, both throughout the diaspora and locally. We also have beautiful handcrafted ceramics, textiles, plants, incense, soaps, bath goods, and gift sets. We also offer candle making workshops where you can learn to make your own scented candles and take them home that very day. And don't forget, if you can't visit us in person, you can shop online at oeste.co. We've got you covered for all things cosas bonitas for your casita.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello. Shop local, shop Montebello visited Boulevard Market with Barney Santos to tell us more about his business.
Hi, I'm Barney Santos, one of the founders of Boulevard Market. Let's check it out. We got For the Win, one of California's voted top smash burgers in all of California. We've got cold pizza. They do wood-fired Neapolitan pizza, absolutely phenomenal. And of course, we have Alchemy Craft. That's a beer and wine craft beer bar that my wife and I own. We have Los Taqueros Mucho. They do artisanal Mexican cuisine and tacos. We've got Filipino cuisine called White Rice. They're one of the only Filipino restaurants in all of the east side of Los Angeles. Cafe Santo, people absolutely love their coffee. They do Oaxacan mochas like nobody else. Last but not least, we have Vichos, the Salvadoran cuisine. They've been food trucks for almost a decade, one of the original pioneers of food trucks in Los Angeles, and now they have a home here. Thanks for joining us here at Boulevard Market. Good food, good drinks, and good vibes. We're here off of Whittier in downtown Montebello. Come join us for one of our many events that we have all year round. Plus, hey, if you want to have a holiday party here, this is a perfect location for it. And check out our website, boulevardmarket.com. That's BLVDMRKT. See you later.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
Want to know what's going on in a bustling, growing city like Montebello? Staying connected is more important than ever, and Montebello's e-blast makes it easy with highlights sent to your email inbox every week. Signing up is quick and simple. Just visit this website link or scan the QR code on your screen and enter your email address. You're all set to receive valuable information about your community, including festivals and holiday events, public announcements, recreational programs information, renovation and development projects, and much more. With our weekly e-blast, you'll never miss out on the top news and information about your neighborhood. Together, we can build a more connected and vibrant community. Montebello's E-Blast, your weekly guide to Montebello happenings. Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Montebello Bicycles with Aldo and Beatrice to tell us more about their business.
Hi, I'm Beatrice.
Hi, I'm Aldo.
We're here at Montebello Bicycles on Beverly in beautiful Montebello, California. We're the only full-service shop in Montebello with over 35 years combined experience. We can help with all your cycling needs. Our goal is to get you back on the bike, enjoy the ride, and do anything from jump on your first bike to do that 100-mile ride. We have a 1 to 2 year warranty on all new bikes, including complimentary checkup. We're super excited to be part of the Montebello community, especially with the development of the Montebello Bicycle Master Plan. And stay tuned for our Black Friday and holiday sales where you've enjoyed 10 to 25% off bicycles and accessories. Visit us at montebellobicycles.com and on socials at Montebello Bikes.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
I struggled a lot mentally. I tried to take my life 3 separate times. Thank God I was unsuccessful.
It was just such a big word, bipolar.
Just wanted to live or die. Who cares? No hopes, no dreams, nothing.
Low confidence has put me through a lot.
When the party was over and I was by myself, I felt a sadness and a loneliness.
I was diagnosed with depression when I was in 8th grade.
Trying to seek help with that kind of stuff, people just didn't get it. People just didn't get it.
Mental health was not discussed.
It never occurred to me that you could go somewhere and talk about it. Never. Ever.
One of the biggest stressors that I've had for years was just trying to get help.
Therapy, I think, was one of the biggest things that got me through. all of my suicidal ideations and depression and anxiety.
Being alcohol free for the last year, I'm like really happy to be here, which I didn't feel before.
My therapist is cool, awesome, chill.
Music, exercise, and connections with other people.
Maybe whoever you are that's listening right now, like, I hope that you can understand that it's enough. We're enough.
There's always going to be a moment in your life where you have a choice of turning back or keep going. If you keep going, you can only go.
If they're struggling every day to just be alive, they're not going to tell you that. And so I think the anonymous part is such a huge thing, and also just the ease of getting help through Care Solace.
How much support and hope that we have, because Care Solace was able to help us close the gap. It was so quick, I didn't even see it coming.
Finally having the right people listen. It's such a huge, huge relief.
I want people to feel their lives are worth something. My life is about helping those people understand that and get them the services that they need so they can turn their lives around.
The Citizen of the Month program celebrates those who embody the spirit of advocacy, volunteerism, education, and contribution. Montebello is filled with extraordinary people who light up our community with compassion. They are unsung heroes who make a difference in the lives of others. We invite you to be a part of the process and nominate someone today. To nominate someone for Citizen of the Month, visit tinyurl.com/citizen nomination or scan this QR code and complete the nomination form. Each month, the nominees are reviewed and selected by the Citizen of the Month Committee and awarded during City Council meetings. Help us acknowledge the remarkable efforts of these quiet champions and give them the recognition they deserve. Nominate someone today, because every act of kindness counts.
Shop local, shop Montebello. Visited Brioche with Vanessa Raygoza to tell us more about her business.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Raygoza, Executive Pastry Chef here at Brioche Pastries. We offer pastries, cakes, and coffee. We take great pride in using artisanal methods and quality graded ingredients. We don't use any emulsifiers, stabilizers, preservatives, thickeners, or dough conditioners. We are sourcing our chocolate from Switzerland, our compounds from France and Italy. Visit us at briochepastries.com. Come get your gift certificates for the holidays and place your special orders with us. See you soon.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
shop local, shop Montebello visited Organica Juice Bar with Anna to tell us more about her business.
Hi, welcome to Organica Juice Bar. My name is Anna. I'm the founder of Organica. We are the first organic juice business in Montebello, and we're happy to be here because this is a city I grew up in and I continue to live here, so welcome. We have created a space for wellness and a healthier lifestyle. We make our almond milk in-house every day. As you're thinking about a healthy start to your new year, we specialize in organic, fresh, made-to-order juices, superfood smoothies and bowls, salads, toast, wellness shots, healthy snacks, and detox cleanses. Our wellness classes coming up in the month of December. We also do catering services. We invite you to follow us on our social media, Organica Juice Bar. Please visit us for good vibes, and remember, health is wealth. Thank you.
Shop local, shop Montebello. Shop local, shop Montebello visited Ground Up Coffee with Daniel Dupuis to tell us more about his business.
Hey, what's up? My name is Daniel Dupuis. I'm the owner here at Ground Up Coffee. Born and raised here in Montebello. We're a local business. Let me show you what we do. Ground Up Coffee is the first specialty coffee shop in Montebello. We've been here 8 years now. We buy farm direct coffee in an ethical way. We roast it ourselves here at our coffee shop. We do all types of lattes. We do cold brews. We do drip coffees. We also have growlers for cold brew. We do a couple specialty teas. And we also have resale bags for things that you can brew at home. We're definitely a community-oriented shop. We have great Wi-Fi. We have a lot of outlets for charging your computers. We get a lot of students. We have a community library that over the years has become a really, really dope selection of books. And it's definitely a space people come to relax, get away, or to be inspired. Catch our website at groundupcoffeela.com. So come on down, grab one of those things, and hope you enjoy yourself.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
I am Melanie Walovich. I'm the person that takes care of the Montebello Barnyard Zoo. What we're doing is, well, due to the fires, there's a family that reached out to me asking if, there's anything I can do to maybe help the family that lost their home. They have about almost 50 animals, farm animals, and I offered for them to bring them here. Point of doing this is to help the animals so they're all in one place together. They will have love, food, people visiting them all the time until the family can get back on their feet again. And that is my main goal, is to make sure that they're okay and they get the help they need.
Welcome to the city of Montebello. Montebello is adjacent to the San Gabriel Valley in Los Angeles County, approximately 8 miles southeast of downtown Los Angeles. Here you'll find a beautiful suburban community, parks and open space, and diverse dining and shopping experiences among a thriving business district. Settled by the native Tongvan peoples and later developed by missionaries and agriculture, the city reflects its name for beautiful mountain. Montebello's fertile hills are historically known for their natural beauty and breathtaking views. The discovery of oil in the region in the early 1900s gave rise to local industry and increased prosperity of the city. Montebello is now home to nearly 63,000 residents. Located near major freeways, Montebello is an ideal location for businesses to thrive, serving as an important center for the movement of goods, auto sales, and industrial warehousing and manufacturing, offering families, visitors, and businesses an environment in which they can live, work, and play. The public safety of Montebello's residents is looked after by a dedicated police force and fire department. These committed professionals work day and night to protect and serve the health and safety needs of all community members. These departments offer a range of support including community policing, paramedic aid, homeless outreach, and fire prevention and suppression are all important aspects of living in Montebello.
Shop local, shop Montebello visited Chago Tortas Ahogadas with Santiago Chago Laguna to tell us more about his business.
Hi, my name is Santiago Chago Laguna. Welcome to my Tortas Ahogadas Chago. 123 Washington, Montebello, beautiful city. Tenemos tortas ahogadas, que es la especialidad de la casa, tortas ahogadas Chago. Y es un virote salado, delicioso, que ya están viendo los hornos, cómo se prepara aquí la torta ahogada. Es exclusivo de Guadalajara, pero ya, bueno, rompimos con ese mito de que en Estados Unidos no hay virote salado, pues lo hicimos. Tortas ahogadas Chago lo cumplió y lo hizo aquí. Tenemos tacos dorados sabrosos de papa y de frijol, muy sabrosos. Aquí los esperamos para que los prueben. Los invitamos para que vean nuestras redes sociales, chagogadas.com. Y bueno, si tú dices que escuchaste y viste este video, tienes tu 20% de descuento de aquí hasta que termine el año. Así de que te la vas a pasar muy bien. Vengan y prueben aquí a Tortas Ahogadas Chago en la ciudad de Montebello. Los esperamos. Muchas gracias.
Recuerde, compre localmente, compre en Montebello. Montebello Police Department is hiring skilled officers in a supportive community. Visit mpdcareers.com. Montebello Police Department, dedicated to superior service.
The city's rich diversity is reflected in its residential neighborhoods. Montebello offers a mixed variety of living choices, from single-family homes and apartments to townhomes and new housing developments that feature resort-style living and modern design. Senior living and assisted care communities for all income levels are available and offer older adults independent and supportive living options in comfortable, safe, interactive, and friendly environments. Montebello's commercial and business districts offer abundant opportunities for those who need office space or storefronts from which to offer goods and services or to conduct other business. Montebello Unified School District is one of the largest school systems in Los Angeles County, enrolling nearly 30,000 students from kindergarten through 12th grade. Founded in 1909, Montebello High School is one of 5 comprehensive high schools in this school district. Montebello High offers a safe and nurturing learning environment, providing students with intellectual, social, and personal growth. The district has 4 other high schools: the Applied Technology Center, Bell Gardens, Shure, and Vale, as well as 16 elementary schools, 6 intermediate schools, and 4 schools for adult education, all which offer advanced learning opportunities. Opened in 2011, the Applied Technology Center offers select students a specialized learning community combining project-based learning with career-based skill sets in architecture, construction, culinary, engineering, and legal and health services. We're also home to several private religious schools, including St. Benedict Grammar School, Cantwell Sacred Heart of Mary High School, Miraculous Middle School, and other faith-based education options. All of Montebello's schools share a commitment to academic excellence in helping students to achieve their full potential.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello is visiting Angry Horse Brewing with Nathan McCusker to tell us about their business.
I'm Nathan McCusker. Welcome to Angry Horse Brewing here on Whittier Boulevard. Here at Angry Horse Brewing, we build community through craft beer. We make craft beer and seltzer-based cocktails right here in our Montebello facility. We have a ton of events going on through the holiday season here at Angry Horse, from trivia night to comedy night. We also would love to host your holiday gathering, so hit us up if you're interested in hosting your event here at Angry Horse Brewing. During the holidays, we're releasing 2 seasonal beers. We have a cranberry red ale, and we have a peppermint bark pastry stout that we're going to be releasing in December. Join us at Angry Horse. Be one of our regulars. We're open 7 days a week, or you can visit us at angryhorsebrewing.com. At Angry Horse Brewing, where craftsmanship and community unite.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
If you're looking for a safe, reliable, and accessible way to travel across town or the greater Los Angeles area, look no further than Montebello Bus Lines. This is the 3rd largest transit agency in Los Angeles County. Montebello Bus Lines operates 7 local bus routes, a commuter connection service to Metrolink trains, and a dial-a-taxi program. Moving more than 7 million riders annually over the past decade, Montebello Bus Lines supports the local economy by connecting people to jobs, shopping, entertainment venues, medical facilities, and learning institutions in 12 surrounding cities. Whether you're commuting to work or connecting with your friends to shop or eat out, let us do the driving as you sit back and relax on the way to your destination. Speaking of food, there's no lack of restaurants in the Montebello area. From authentic Mexican cuisine to classic Americana, you'll find something for everyone. Montebello offers diners a variety of tasteful eateries, bars, and social hangouts for all ages and appetites. The Shops at Montebello, with its modernized look and feel, strives to provide an optimal shopping experience and a place to come together, offering numerous retail and dining selections for the entire family. Stroll through Macy's, H&M, Forever 21, JCPenney, Coach, plus more than 160 specialty retailers. With room to grow, you're invited to help us continue building Montebello's prosperity, beauty, and rich diversity. In our community, the value of community organizations improve our quality of life by the interests and spirit those organizations uphold. Community organizations provide opportunities for friends and neighbors to give back, get involved, and come together while creating a sense of pride for the city they all share. Contact a community organization today and discover the contribution you can make through your participation and support.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Salvatore Restaurant with Joe to tell us more about his business.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joe from Salvatore's Italian Restaurant. Welcome. At Salvatore's Restaurant, we specialized in authentic Southern Italian food, lasagnas and spaghetti and meatballs, and of course, our pizzas. All the ingredients come from a family recipe dated back to the early 70s. When you come to Salvatore's Restaurant, we treat you like family. We're not only open for lunch and dinner, but we have full entertainment Saturdays and Sundays, a banquet room to suit any occasion, and if you can't make the banquet room, we have party trays for pickup. For more information, visit us at salvatorerestaurant.com or on our social media websites at Salvatore Restaurant. Buon appetito.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
With open green spaces and over 125 acres of parkland, Montebello's recreation and community services offer endless opportunities in outdoor activities, health and wellness services, exciting events, and fun activities for all ages. Offering 12 scenic parks, 4 community centers, and multiple athletic facilities, recreational resources that enhance daily living and connect residents with their community. Engaging with the public every day, the Department of Recreation and Community Services provides quality programming in athletics, childcare, volunteer opportunities, and senior wellness activities. Recreation leaders strive to provide stellar services while creating memorable experiences for all families, residents, and visitors. Looking for fun and entertainment? Find hidden gems like the Barnyard Zoo, Sanchez Adobe Museum, or the Downtown Farmers Market. Coming soon is a world-class Topgolf entertainment complex. Whether you're spending a sunny day at one of our parks or joining a community event, Recreation and Community Services has something for everyone.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Oeste with Naomi to tell us more about her business.
Hi, I'm Naomi, the founder and owner of Oeste, a home goods company based here in Montebello on Whittier Boulevard. Come check out our offerings. We have plenty of cosas bonitas for your casita. Here at Oeste, we specialize in aromatic goodies for your home, as well as other beautiful home decor pieces from Latin American makers and artisans, both throughout the diaspora and locally. We also have beautiful handcrafted ceramics, textiles, plants, incense, soaps, bath goods, and gift sets. We also offer candle making workshops where you can learn to make your own scented candles and take them home that very day. And don't forget, if you can't visit us in person, you can shop online at oeste.co. We've got you covered for all things cosas bonitas for your casita.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello. Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Boulevard Market with Barney Santos to tell us more about his business.
Hi, I'm Barney Santos, one of the founders of Boulevard Market. Let's check it out. We got For the Win, one of California's voted top smash burgers in all of California. We've got cold pizza. They do wood-fired Neapolitan pizza, absolutely phenomenal. And of course, we have Alchemy Craft. That's a beer and wine craft beer bar that my wife and I own. We have Los Taquero Mucho. They do artisanal Mexican cuisine and tacos. We've got Filipino cuisine called White Rice. They're one of the only Filipino restaurants in all of the east side of Los Angeles. Cafe Santo, people absolutely love their coffee. They do Oaxacan mochas like nobody else. Last but not least, we have Vichos, the Salvadoran cuisine. They've been food trucks for almost a decade, one of the original pioneers of food trucks in Los Angeles, and now they have a home here. Thanks for joining us here at Boulevard Market. Good food, good drinks, and good vibes. We're here off of Whittier in downtown Montebello. Come join us for one of our many events that we have all year round. Plus, hey, if you want to have a holiday party here, this is a perfect location for it. And check out our website, boulevardmarket.com. That's BLVDMRKT. See you later.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
Want to know what's going on in a bustling, growing city like Montebello? Staying connected is more important than ever, and Montebello's e-blast makes it easy with highlights sent to your email inbox every week. Signing up is quick and simple. Just visit this website link or scan the QR code on your screen and enter your email address. You're all set to receive valuable information about your community, including festivals and holiday events, public announcements, recreational programs information, renovation and development projects, and much more. With our weekly e-blast, you'll never miss out on the top news and information about your neighborhood. Together, we can build a more connected and vibrant community. Montebello's e-blast, your weekly guide to Montebello happenings.
Good evening, everyone. We're back from closed session. At this time, I'll turn over to our city attorney to provide a report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor and members of the City Council. The record should reflect that the City Council convened in closed session with all 5 members being present to discuss the 2 items that were previously announced prior to recessing into closed session. And the following is my report. The City Council heard the matter of the 1 item of appeal of the Civil Service Commission. The City Council did provide direction to the City Attorney's Office to prepare the necessary decision on that appeal, and our office will do so accordingly. Item number 2, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation. The City Council received a briefing on that matter. There was no action taken that is required to be reported at this time. Direction was provided on a portion of this matter, but no final action was taken that is required under the Brown Act to be reported, Mr. Mayor. And that concludes my report from closed session.
Thank you, City Attorney. At this time, we'll have our City Clerk do the invocation, and I'll have our new council member, Councilman Romero, do the Pledge of Allegiance. If you can all please rise.
As we gather here today, we pray that we are ever mindful of our opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make a better world and a better community. We ask this in thy name. Amen.
If everybody could please place their right hand over their heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, City Clerk. Thank you, Council Member. We'll move on to any corrections to the agenda. I'll turn it over to our City Manager.
Yes, Mayor, Council members, if you will indulge us, we would like to recommend adding one more presentation to today's agenda for the Small Business Administration. So if you're okay with it, we would like to add that at the order you wish.
Thank you, City Manager. Is there any opposition to this? No? Okay, we'll go ahead and include that as item number 7. Okay, at this time, we'll begin the presentation portion of the council meeting. If I can please have my colleagues join me in the front. Can you guys, oh, there we go. Yeah, I know you guys can hear me now.
Test.
All right, we'll start off with the first presentation. Oh, we fixed it. It was me. It was in the microphone, it was me. We'll start off with the Citizen of the Month. If I can please have Richard Farber come up. Let's give him a round of applause. Don't go too far. Let's bring you over here. Tonight, we gather to recognize a dedicated educator, mentor, and community leader whose lifelong commitment to service has left a lasting impact on our city. I am honored to present the Citizen of the Month Award for March 2025 to Richard Farber. Richard has called Montebello home since 1977, and throughout his years in our community, he has dedicated himself to shaping young minds and building a culture of service. For 36 years, he was a beloved teacher at Southgate High School, where he educated and served as the school's athletic director. During his tenure, he instilled the values of teamwork, perseverance, and discipline in countless students, some of whom faced off against Bell Gardens High School in spirited competitions. Beyond the classroom and the athletic field, Richard has spent over 20 years guiding and inspiring the next generation through the Boy Scouts of America. I think there's a lot of them here. His work with Scouting Troop 33, the Venture Crew, and Scout Pack 45 have helped develop strong, community-minded individuals. Under his guidance, these scouts have embraced one of the most fundamental tenets of scouting: do a good turn daily, by participating in numerous service projects that enrich Montebello. Whenever our city needs a helping hand, Richard and his scouts answer the call. From assisting the city council, participating in monthly park cleanups, and leading flag ceremonies to proudly marching in the city parade and honoring our veterans on Memorial Day and Veterans Day, their presence is felt throughout Montebello. Richard also fosters a strong connection between the Scouts and the Lions Club, ensuring that service to the community remains a priority. One of the most remarkable contributions made under his leadership has been the completion of numerous Eagle Scout projects, which have left a permanent mark on Montebello. Most recently, his scouts built a traditional horno at the Sanchez Adobe House, preserving history while showcasing their dedication to craftsmanship and cultural heritage. Richard Farber's unwavering commitment to education, mentorship, and service has enriched Montebello. He believes that every small accomplishment contributes to the greater success of our city, and through his leadership, he has helped build a more connected community. We sincerely thank Richard for his decades of service and dedication, and it is with great pride that we recognize him as our March 2025 Citizen of the Month. If we can please give him a round of applause. Would you like to say a few words? Would you like to say a few words?
Yes. Just that our scouts thank the city council for supporting us so that we can do a lot of things, little things that help the city. We really appreciate that. And scouts, please give them a hand.
Stay back up. We have some gifts for you. Let's go ahead and take a picture, and then we'll take a picture here with the council, and then we can invite some of the folks that are here with you so we can take a big picture. I know there's a lot, so we'll try to make it fit. All right, if we can get
Come on, Scout. Get up here. Parents too, because you support them.
And then we have some of the stuff here for you also.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're gonna need some help.
Yeah.
Thanks, Where are you all?
Hi. How you doing?
If you're lining you up all right here.
And they keep on coming. Yeah, you got a lot of ego. You all love you. Females coming over. Yeah, we have a good chance in college now. All right, all the team straight ahead. You get it all, Alberto? Smile, man. Look at this way, big smiles. 1, 2, 3. And then one finger. One more picture.
Wait, hold on. More pictures.
Okay, everybody looking right here. 1, 2, 3. Let's give him a round of applause. All right. Let's get you some help here. So let's be close to you. Okay. And we can have some of the folks here.
And thank you, Mr. Favre.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do a lot. We see you out there every Saturday. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming out. Okay. Peter, good to see you. Thanks for coming out. So far. Tree branches. Yeah.
We got it.
I know, that's so cool that she's dual. I love it.
We're going.
All right, everyone. For the next presentation, we do want to highlight for the first time National Nutrition Month. And before I start speaking on National Nutrition Month, I would like to invite our good friend Dee, who's here to receive this award. I want to stand right here. And as I mentioned, for the first time in Montebello, I'm proud to recognize March as National Nutrition Month. National Nutrition Month is an annual campaign created by the Academy of Nutrition and Diabetics, I think that's, sorry, it's spelling, to encourage people to make informed food choices and embrace healthy habits. And really, this isn't about strict diets or making big, overwhelming changes. It's about small steps that can lead to a healthier and happier life. Here in Montebello, we are fortunate to have so many resources that help us make healthier choices. From our local farmers market to nutrition programs in our schools and community centers, we are working to make nutritious food more accessible for everyone. We also have incredible local businesses, grocery stores, and restaurants that offer fresh, healthy options, making it easier to choose foods that fuel our bodies in the best way possible. And we wanted to highlight Dee for all your amazing work and for everything that you do for our community to educate us on healthy foods. So again, if we can please give Dee another round of applause. I would love to give you the microphone to kind of speak a little bit about your campaign as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. This is really a great honor. I do run my Healthy Montebello on Facebook and Instagram, and it's a page where it's all about health, holistic living, holistic eating, because we are what we eat, and health is so important. Health is wealth. So I'm very passionate about it. So I really thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, T. And T, what's your social media page so people can follow you and kind of, yeah.
So it's my Healthy Montebello, Facebook, and then Instagram as well. Please follow.
Awesome. If we can please give another round of applause for T, and if we can have a picture. For the next proclamation, I'd like to invite, I know we have, it's for Women's History Month, and I'd like to invite all the Seroptimus members that are here to please come up to receive this proclamation. We can please give them a round of applause.
Thank you. Oh, okay, stand up.
This month, Women's History Month takes center stage as we honor the remarkable achievements and enduring legacy of women. From commemorating trailblazers who have defied societal norms to celebrating contemporary leaders who continue to inspire, the city comes together to recognize the profound impact of women across all spheres of society. This year's Women's History Month theme is Moving Forward Together, Women Educating and Inspiring Generations. This theme celebrates the collective strength and influence of women who have dedicated their lives to education, mentorship, and leadership. Through their efforts, they have served as an inspiration for all generations, both past and present. Through a series of events, discussions, and initiatives organized by local institutions and community groups, Montebello provides a platform to amplify women's voices and highlight their contributions. Residents and visitors are invited to engage with exhibitions, lectures, and cultural performances that delve into the stories of remarkable women and reflect on the ongoing journey toward gender equality. As Montebello pays homage to the past and celebrates the present, it reaffirms its dedication to fostering an inclusive and equitable community where women can thrive and succeed. To learn more about Women's History Month, visit womenhistorymonth.gov. And for this, it was my honor to invite Seroptimus ladies to come over here and receive this proclamation, especially for all the work that you all do with the community to inspire women. Just amazing work. And I'd love to give the opportunity to somebody to kind of speak on maybe some of the campaigns that you're all working on, that you have worked on. And again, we see all the meaningful impact and that you do in our community. So if we can give them a nice round of applause, please. Liz, do you mind sharing? Does anybody want to speak on it? We're forcing people here.
Thank you. Yes, we follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, SI Montebello. Seroptimus, it's an international club, so we're international. Tokyo, Japan, Africa. So we're not just in Montebello. We empower women, young ladies, and scholarships throughout the Montebello. Like I said, we're international. We're just not in Montebello. So all of us are always ready to roll. So if you, right now, our scholarship applications are open. If you have any high schoolers in the city of Montebello, please look at the applications. If your children, girls have applications, we've got money to give. So please, let us give you guys some money. We're here to strive, we're here to empower. Every single female that we are able to help now, it's gonna be the females that are gonna be back there. So we want women back there. Sorry, Sal. We want more women. Women are powerful, okay? We're the future of our homes and of our cities and of our government. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
So go and get that money, fill out the application. If we can please take a picture.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'll probably have you. Thank you. Again, congratulations, and thank you all for coming down for the presentation. We do have one more proclamation, which is the National Development Disabilities Awareness Month. As I read here, also in March, the City of Montebello proudly recognizes National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Every March, the National Association of Councils on Developmental Disabilities and its partners collaborate to lead Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. The annual campaign highlights how people with and without disabilities come together to form strong communities. This year's theme, We're Here All Year, emphasizes that community, accessibility, and opportunities for people with developmental disabilities should be recognized and championed every day, and not just in March. Okay. We have that presentation, City Manager, that we added. Do we have a speaker for this?
Yes. Small Business Administration? Yes.
Well, good evening, Mayor, City Council members, City Manager. My name is Javier Caltenco. I'm a Public Information Officer with the U.S. Small Business Administration, Office of Disaster Recovery and Resilience. The Small Business Administration offers low-interest federal disaster loans to businesses of all sizes, most private nonprofit organizations, homeowners, and renters. Currently, we are helping the survivors who were affected by the wildfires and straight-line winds that happened back in January. We currently extended the deadline for application, which is March 31st of 2025 for any physical damages that were suffered. We also have the economic injury disaster loan, which is, the deadline is October 8th of 2025. Again, these loans are for homeowners and renters. The interest rates are as low as 2.563%, and this is a fixed rate. For businesses, it's as low as 4% fixed rate. All these loans are for fixed rate, sorry. So nonprofit organizations is as low as 3.625%. There's no obligation to take the loans. We do not charge a fee to apply. And if they pay in, there's no prepayment penalty, sorry. For the first 12 months is 0% interest rate, so therefore they don't need to make any payments if they don't want to. And the terms are up to 30 years. Now, just to clarify, because a lot of people hear the Small Business Administration, they automatically think that this is just for businesses. During a disaster declaration, we help renters, homeowners, private nonprofit organizations, and businesses as well, as long as they are in the declared disaster area. Again, right now we currently have Los Angeles is the primary county, so therefore homeowners, renters, nonprofits, and businesses can qualify or can apply for any of the loans that we have available. If they are in Kern, Orange, San Bernardino, or Ventura counties, only small businesses and nonprofit organizations can apply for our economic injury disaster loan. Again, we do have two different types of loans for businesses. One is for physical damages to their property. The second one is for the economic injury with a limit of $2 million, or it could be a combination of the two up to $2 million. For homeowners, it's up to $500,000 to repair or replace their primary residence. And for homeowners and renters, up to $100,000 to repair or replace any personal property they lost. We also have a mitigation improvement. We understand that some individuals may need to rebuild, for example, homeowners and businesses. If they need to rebuild, they can request an additional 20% of the verifiable physical damages for mitigation purposes. Just to give you an example of some of the mitigation they can do is for against flood, fire, wind, and earthquakes. It doesn't necessarily have to be for the occurrence that we had just recently. For eligibility, we just want to make sure that those individuals are in the area that was affected. We also want to make sure that they're able to make the payments. That's the most important thing, right? We want to make sure that they can make the payments. We don't want to give them a loan if they cannot make the payments. And also we want the credit to be acceptable to SBA. In terms of insurance, sometimes they may be required to have the insurance throughout the loan while they have the loan outstanding. Now, how can they use this loan for renters? They can use it to repair, replace any personal property they lost. They can use it for automobiles and insurance deductibles. So homeowners, they can, again, use it to repair their primary residence. If someone has a secondary home, they may be able to use it as long as they show that they're using as a business. For example, in their tax returns, they can also apply as a business for that property. So they can also use it to purchase a vehicle or repair or replace it. We also have relocation. We want to give those individuals the option to be able to relocate. This is on a case-per-case basis. And we also have refinancing. So on a case-per-case basis, we want to make sure the individuals may be able to refinance. Instead of having two different mortgage payments, they may be able to have only one. But that's on a case-per-case basis. For businesses, they can use it to repair or replace any personal property they lost. They can use it to replace any inventory, machinery, equipment, or even real estate. The economic injury disaster loan is more towards for the smaller businesses and nonprofits. We want to make sure that if they are suffering economically, that they have the means to pay for those expenses that they have. So that could be payroll, it could be, for example, electricity, water, gas, etc. Now we have centers. Currently, we have several centers throughout Los Angeles County where individuals or survivors can come in person. We have representatives there who speak Spanish, English, and sometimes other languages, and they can assist. So we encourage everybody who needs assistance to please, come to use the centers. And they can help with the application process. If they have any questions, they can be helped right there. And we also, in some of the centers, we also have other agencies that can also help as well. For SBA, if they want to get more information, they can go to sba.gov/disaster, or in Spanish, they can go to sba.gov/español. If they cannot go to one of the centers to apply and they still need assistance, they can go to our website at lending.sba.gov and they can apply online. We also have an 800 number just in case if they want to call just to get more information. It's 800-659-2955. And we also have an email address. They can also send an email there as well. So currently we have SBA has offered more than $1.6 billion. Again, this is an approval amount that we have already approved. We have disbursed more than $160 million for this declaration alone. And that's pretty much my presentation. If you have any any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Thank you for the presentation. I'll look around to see if any of my colleagues have any questions, comments.
No questions. Thank you so much for being here tonight, and thank you for your presentation. Really useful stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else?
Can I use
No? Thank you again for the presentation. And I know we have this information here. If maybe we can have it in our city website as well.
We'll make sure to promote the information. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We'll move on to public comments on non-agenda items.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. At this time, anyone who wishes to address the City Council on non-agenda items would have had to fill out a card and submit it to the City Clerk's table prior to this point in time in the agenda. These are only on non-agenda items. We have 30 minutes for the first portion of that presentation. And Mr. City Clerk, do we have comment cards?
Yes, we do.
How many do we have?
We have a total of 12 speaker cards.
Okay. If we can have the first speaker, please.
We should note the time right now is 7:29.
First speaker is Rosa Tamayo, followed by Will Severa.
Buenas noches. Mayor Salvador Meléndez, miembro del concilio. Soy Rosa Tamayo y quiero dirigirme al señor Raúl Álvarez, City Manager. Yo soy muy perseverante y soy muy persistente sobre el problema que tenemos de las grúas. Mira, yo ya miré que están perjudicadas las familias porque es mucho el daño. Son muchos días que la familia no tiene el carro para transportar al trabajo y a los niños, y también el dinero. El Distrito 5 y el 4 son los más afectados porque miramos también que no ponen un warning las personas que andan vigilando diferentes cosas. En el norte miramos, y yo misma miré, porque yo iba con mi amiga y fuimos a una parte y le dieron un warning porque se estacionó en un estacionamiento que no debería de verse estacionado. Y cuando volvimos a los 10 minutos, ¿qué pasó? Fue el warning. Y en otra ocasión, otra amiga me dijo, ¿sabes qué? Me pusieron un warning. Entonces, no hay igualdad en los distritos. La cosa es que más en los distritos del sur, como el 4 y el 5, me han informado que es más el dinero que pagan las familias. Y si ustedes vendieron, tú lo vendiste, pues hiciste muy mal negocio, porque el dinero se va para otra ciudad, no es el negocio para aquí, esta ciudad. Y los más afectados son las familias, financieramente, y con el tiempo, con el trabajo, con el traslado de los niños. Así que hay muchas madres solteras que tienen niños especiales y ellas tienen que llevar a sus hijos a las terapias, al doctor, frecuentemente. Por favor, arregla ese problema, porque sabes que yo soy tolerante, pero lo que puede pasar es que te pongamos un problema de un clasut por más familias. Thank you.
Gracias por su comentario. If we can please have the next speaker.
Y por favor, no agarres
Si podemos.
revancha contra mí,
Okay.
porque yo soy muy justiciera también.
If we can please
Next
have the next
speaker
speaker. Thank you.
is Will Severo, followed by Tila Gregorian.
Identity Council, Will Severa, resident of 40 years. I didn't write anything specifically today, but I'm just going to speak more or less from the heart. I find it really appalling that over the several years, we've seen the lack of legal experience from this guy. And the fact that we keep on spending money just to cover him is ridiculous. Because when we ask for things in our streets to be repaved, when we ask for the parks to be fixed, we always get told there's not enough money. Yet we spend over $1 million on legal fees because of policies that he doesn't advise you guys on to stop having lawsuits. So the other day, online, in Montebello United, which is a group similar to David Sanchez's group of You're from Montebello If. According to 47 USC Section 230 embodies the principle that we should all be responsible for our own actions and statements online, but generally not of those of others. The law prevents most civil suits against users and services that are based on what others say. The reason why I bring this up is a resident got served a cease and desist letter, not from our legal, but he contracted it out to another firm that we all know he uses, Myrna Castellanos, I believe it is. Why isn't he sending that letter? And why is he sending it to residents? That's getting billed to you guys. So those are billable hours that he's sending to residents. So yeah, I shared it. And I did also get dropped off the packet, and maybe I should share it to everybody, because if it's not true, then there was not going to be a packet or a document. And my concern has always been, and Ms. Peralta, me and you've known each other for 5 years, I was a really huge supporter of you. Would you agree? You could just shake your head. And I really want to still believe in you. But at the same time, I've always told you, when it comes down to Montebello, Montebello is always going to be my first choice. And I'm always going to pick Montebello over any candidate, over any person here. Mr. Alonso, if you're going to be giving away some scholarships, make sure they live in Montebello. Just because, maybe you don't know this, but Montebello zip code is 90640, not 90063. That's Boyle Heights. You paid a walker a scholarship that you said was for Montebello residents. You might not like everybody, but we do know a lot of people. So maybe if you reach out, we would be able to help you out so you actually get residents instead of having people that are paid walkers that are known from other cities. It's a joke, dude. And I'm not even gonna call you a councilman because you shouldn't be a councilman. You didn't have the quorum, no matter what he says, because we even have the letter to prove that he didn't even pay for Stratham and Worcester. He didn't do it until afterwards, so he's costing us more money. Why isn't that being taken out of his paycheck? He should be paying for that issue. And by the way, the kids reading, you should really block them out unless you have explicit parents' rights. That's a joke. You know how many child predators are out there online? That you're putting kids' faces out there? Be smarter. Even Georgina knew how to do it better.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Tila Gregorian, followed by Louis Parocco.
Sheila Gregorian, address is on file. I'm going back to our chief that you fired when he was on medical leave. Isn't that against the law? Do we not have enough complaints on our city and lawsuits? You cannot fire someone that was on medical. In case, Arnold, you should have advised some of that. And, but all of you, that's just common sense. I just don't know what's going on in our city. We have two people here that just came on to replace some that left. If we had two, we needed two more council members. Why didn't you hold a city-wide election so that the residents of Montebello would have had a choice instead of you choosing who you wanted to have with you? I'm sorry, but I just don't think, I don't see you as council members. Please forgive me for that, but we did not vote you in. So what are you doing sitting up there? I'm sorry, but myself, I could not do that to the city that I want to represent. If you want to run for an office, then you should run for an office and let the people of Montebello choose whom you're going to, that you want representing you and working for you. Because you know you do work for us. You're not employed, by the way. And there's a lot of influence I hear from someone that got you where you're at. Well, me, myself, I don't see you as a council member. Sorry. If the people of Montebello elected you, then there was two people that had to be elected. You should have had a special election. You say we can't afford it, we don't have money. Sorry. Scarlett went to Washington on city money, and David went to one of the African countries, I'm sure on city money. He was not going to pay for that trip himself. So don't tell me the city does not have the money for a special election. We, as residents of our city, have a right to elect the person we want representing us. And you denied us that right. So the other thing that I'm concerned about is that our fire chief.
All right, the time is up.
One more minute.
Just to be respectful of everybody's time, we do have
Yeah,
a
be
few more speakers.
respectful as if you guys are.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Luis Parocua, followed by Raul Hurtado.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to speak on the disgraceful behavior that has unfortunately become all too common in this city. I heard from many residents who watch these meetings. They've all warned me about the inappropriate comments that seem to come up again and again. So I was prepared for the ugliness. But I have to say, I'm absolutely disgusted by what happened at the last city council meeting. Many of us, myself included, came up here to voice support for our new councilwoman Romero. I was proud to stand behind a leader who I believe is the right choice, not just because of her vision, but because of her integrity and character. What I witnessed that night was an utter disgrace. When Councilmember Romero was speaking, she was heckled, openly berated by the audience. When I, along with other veterans, stepped up to speak, we were met with the same rude interruption and disrespect. The very people who claim to respect veterans, and yet when we're standing right here, they treat us with contempt. I was even thanked for my service. Let me tell you, as a veteran, it is rare to feel disrespected. That night, I felt no respect at all. I am deeply offended by the service. By that, my service was used as a backdrop by someone who showed nothing but disrespect to my fellow service members. I want to be clear, we will make sure that our fellow veterans, our neighbors, and our community know exactly how we were treated, how Councilmember Romero was treated, and who was a part of it. Healthy disagreement and dialogue, that's what anyone who has served this country has fought for. But what we witnessed this meeting was not dialogue, it was civic engagement, it was outright attacks, spewing nothing but hatred and malice. That makes me sick. I've heard from so many people in this community about the absurd comments that get made at these meetings, and I've heard from people who recognize and appreciate the hard work being done by the city council because they know to ignore the garbage that goes on here. Let me tell you something, you can learn a lot about a person by the company they keep, but you learn even more by their enemies. Council members Romero, Alonso, Peralta, and Tamayo, we see it, we get it, and we support you. If the people who engage in these tactics are your enemies, then we know exactly who we're standing behind. And we'll make sure our neighbors and fellow residents know that we stand with you. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Raul Hurtado, followed by Fiona Reimers.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and the rest of you.
Can you please speak to the mic, Mr. Hurtado?
Pardon me?
Can you please speak to the mic?
I said good evening, Ms. Honorable Mayor and the rest of you. 2 meetings ago, as you may recall, several residents, including myself, spoke at Public Orals in support of Police Chief Paul Espinoza. We all asked you that you reverse course, that the city manager reverse course and rescind the firing of the chief. But unfortunately, like always, it fell on deaf ears. The city manager was on a mission to remove all obstacles that may interfere with his godmother from Los Angeles, his orders. He proceeded to put Sergeant Omar Rodriguez, who happens to be the president of the Police Association, on administrative leave, which was another obstacle, removing all obstacles to pave the way for item number 2. Both of these men have integrity and would not have supported this agenda item. After reading the very detailed investigation report on then Captain Lopez, I really believe that the city manager got his wires crossed and fired a man with lots of integrity and hired a man that seems to have none. When Chief Espinoza was hired over then Captain Lopez went on a medical leave because of a crushed ego. He then came back to work and proceeded to cause conflicting situations, which led to this investigation and the report. He did not cooperate with the investigator and retired before the investigation was completed because he was sure he would have been fired. I strongly believe these are not qualities we want to see in a police chief. I have brought this matter up with a nephew and a godson who have recently retired from law enforcement, and they both told me where I should report this, which I already have done. I also am in the process of looking to schedule a meeting with the media so I can report on this and other situations I know of which the city manager covered up that I have proof of, which will also be revealed. It seems when you brought our new city manager from Huntington Park, you brought over a very corrupt cell, which is now spreading the Huntington Park corruption here in Montebello. I believe the city manager is not fit to manage a 99-cent store, and neither is the police chief fit to be security at that same store. Some may call this revenge. Others may call this transparency. I prefer to call it karma.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Fiona Reimers, followed by Bill Poliso.
Good evening, Council. My name is Fiona Reimers. I'm the Community Library Manager at Chet Hollerfield Library. I just wanted to share a program that we have at Chet Hollerfield, which is a tutoring program in reading. So it's designed for students from grades 1 to 6. If they are behind in reading or struggling, then we have after-school tutoring that's free available for them. We still have spots available and people can sign up online. We'll have something similar happening in the summer for the same group of kids, but we'll have both math and reading. So I just wanted to make that available and known to everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Bill Poliso, followed by James Santana.
Good evening. Some very passionate comments this evening. Ms. Danielle, I welcome you. But unfortunately, the person that's sitting next to you doesn't have much integrity. She stated that the person who comes in second in any election should be appointed to that seat. And it's no disrespect to you, you've got it. But when a person who is an elected official and makes statements and then goes totally against what she said, has zero integrity. And I like to read, in a person, integrity means consistently acting with strong moral and ethical principles, being honest, trustworthy, reliable, and even when faced with pressure or difficulty. And Ms. Peralta, you have zero. Now on to Mr. Alonso. Mr. Alonso, I asked to speak with you at the Metro meeting about a month and a half ago. You walked away from me. I go home every night. I check my voicemail. No voicemail. No email. No text. No fax. I go outside, even look around. Is there a carrier pigeon? Nothing. I guess you just speak to certain individuals who you want to speak to. You're going to completely ignore a resident in South Montebello. Or is it maybe that your campaign manager doesn't want you to talk to me because I've exposed her plan when she came to my house and she did what she did to have you gifted that seat and told me to step aside so you could get it. So I'll still sit back and I'll wait for that phone call and see if you're man enough to come and have a conversation with me. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is James Santana, followed by Joella Valdez.
Good evening, Mayor Melendez, council and staff. I'm James Santana, and I'm here to voice my ongoing frustration with some of Montebello's decisions and also the decision-making processes. I want to trust leadership, but there's a lot of uncertainty, especially in our federal government, our state, and as we saw in our local county. I see some troubling echoes here, and I take tonight's agenda. There's an item for a renewal application, item number 12, at nearly $49,000 a year for the next 3 years, lumped into the consent section. Typically, this section in the last couple of meetings has shown that there's no debate, there's no speaking unless these items are pulled. So really, the question is, what's the point of these meetings if everyone's just going to agree without having any discussions or difference of opinions? This is going to play on the intelligence of our residents. It's a waste of time, a waste of energy, and most importantly, money. For example, Mr. C's towing contract approved on January 8th, 2025. You guys are approving those minutes today. You might want to double check them. It was item number 14 with the recommendation of the city manager lumped into the approval of items 12 through 16 with no question and no comment. Interestingly enough, Mr. C's is tied to Huntington Park, who's donated thousands of dollars to Efren Martinez, who's tied to the investigation of Operation Dirty Pond. Montebello seems to need its own operation here. Something doesn't feel right. And residents should join me in asking, who are we in this moment and who do we want to be? With these current decisions, I have said it multiple times, I fear that there's going to be more lawsuits, more unfinished businesses, unfinished projects, and then more corruption. Montebello divided. So that's why I started Montebello United. We are on Instagram and Facebook. Many people promoted theirs tonight, so I wanted to. We're pushing transparency, accountability, and justice. Topics that are included have already been misspending, the appointment circuses, and yes, even Mr. C is the topic of the towing contract. I didn't think I needed to hide an identity because it comes from a place of truth and courage for me, but we've gotten a lot of attention. I think I live in some of your guys' minds rent-free. Yesterday, I received a cease and desist letter right here addressed to me, but for the former Chief Espinoza, I have zero connection to this person. So I wonder how many other politically connected Facebook groups, many that you have used as your propaganda machine to campaign, how many have they gotten of these? I'm gonna look into that public records request. Who approved to pay for this? Who sent this copy and paste letter to try to intimidate me? Didn't work. And how much is it going to cost the taxpayers? I keep asking you guys to please, in these budgets, there's going to be one tomorrow. Ask, who's paying for this? So I don't know what's so scary about transparency. And here's going to be my response. I just want to show you guys.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Joella Valdez, followed by Linda Nicholas.
First, I want to discuss this cease and desist letter that the city sent to a resident regarding information posted online about our new chief. Now, the city didn't say that this information was false, only that it was confidential. But here's the issue. Instead of addressing the leak, the city is focusing on intimidating residents. The real concern should be how this sensitive information was leaked in the first place. I want to ask, is Chief Louis here today? Because the city should be the one worried about a lawsuit, because the city was negligent in failing to protect an employee's personnel information. That's the real issue. That's what you should be focused on. It was a breach. And yet the focus has been shifted from this leak of his confidential information and placed on silencing the residents instead. And if this residence is true, then, I mean, they have a right to be concerned. And instead of addressing that, you send this letter that probably cost $5,000 to send. That's my estimate. Second, I want to address Councilman Alonso. I applaud you, and I see that my ideas have inspired you, but this is not what I had in mind when I pledged to reinvest my council stipend into the community. And yes, the choice is yours to do whatever you want with your stipend. However, I can't stand by while you undermine the intelligence of the people you serve. The cash award you gave to Vincent Casey, who is not even a Montebello resident, which is here on the recalls 460. He was a paid canvasser who lives in Boyle Heights and was paid $1,525, raises serious questions. And, you know, if you want to give money away to Montebello residents, I'm happy to work with you. I know students right now, Montebello Indian cheerleaders, who are selling bows in order to raise $200 for their initiation fee. I will work with you. There are students and families here that will benefit from this money. You don't have to use Montebello. We're not a cash cow to pay political favors or to allocate money to your friends. I will help you if your people allow, because this action reeks of the nepotism and the favoritism that this council has been operating in, and this is why the people don't trust you. This is why I have to come up here and I know you don't like that, Scarlett. Also, Danielle, congratulations. I implore you to please familiarize yourself with some of these city initiatives. This is not the first time that that car wash was cleared. You should, instead of trying to, you know, spread this misconception, thank the planning department. This is not the first time. I'm happy to help you if your people allow it.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Linda Nicholas, followed by Daniel Alcala.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. My name is Linda Nicholas. I'm the co-founder of Match 90640. We formed that group 6 years ago because I came up here and was telling the same council, don't do what you're doing. What you're doing is illegal. Stop what you're doing. They didn't listen. So our group went up to Sacramento and brought the state auditors to the city of Montebello. And guess what? None of those people are around anymore. I come up here to tell you the same thing. Stop what you're doing. The contract you gave to Mr. C's was not legitimate. It's another lawsuit. Right now, there's 4 lawsuits that are pending. Chief Espinoza, easy. That man's going to get $2 to $3 million. Mr. Hurtado some time back said, you want to become a millionaire? Come to Montebello. They'll screw you over and you can sue them for millions. The proof is in the pudding. Look what's happening. Now I'm asking you, I had a meeting with the city manager. I'm very thankful for him and my mayor. Omar Rodriguez has been with this city for over 23, 24 years, okay? That man has served this community, put his life on the line. Every time he came to work and put that uniform on, he was protecting all of you and your families. He should not be on suspension. He's never been on suspension. I've never talked to the man. And I went up to him tonight, I go, have you ever been suspended in all the years that you've been here? He says, never once. Never once in 25 years has that man been suspended. He wrote a letter in support of his chief, and the next day he gets suspended, not on administrative leave. He was suspended. That's not acceptable. Now, if you fired Chief Louis as the president of the Montebello Police Association, he would go to bat for him because guess what? That's his chief. As the president of the union, that's what they do. They back their chief. It's nothing personal, but that's what the rank and file do. they stand behind their chief. Am I wrong, Captain Louis? That's what the union does. They back their chief. So it wasn't anything personal. He was backing the chief that he had at the time. Now, people come up here and say, oh, well, we always, the doom and gloom. Somebody needs to start looking at the 460s. Look at our websites. Start looking at the 460s. Look at the people that are giving you people money. Mr. C, donations, $10,000 from infrastructure from 2 different companies. One that was investigated and invited by the FBI gave Scarlett Peralta $20,000. That's concerning because they were fired from the city of Montebello. They are barred from doing any business with Caltrans, but yet they brought him back. Why? Because they got the 3 votes. And that's what this is all about, control of the votes on the council. That's what's troubling. Ms. Tamayo, ask your good friend Alicia Molina, who ran for a position, the law. What's going to happen to you if they come back at you because you illegally appointed somebody knowing you broke the quorum?
Thank you for your comments. If we could please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Daniel Alcala, followed by Edwin Cervantes.
And I should note, Mr. Mayor, this speaker would then reach us to the first 30-minute period.
How many? We just have 2 more speakers. If we can get consensus from my colleagues to go ahead. Okay, we'll go ahead and allow the next 2 speakers. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Daniel Alcala. I'm from District 5, Montebello resident. So I want to just say that when we're all coming up here, we come because we have concerns, okay? So we have concerns and we voice our concerns, okay? We care about the city. If we see something, we say something. My wife and I noticed the fence falling apart on Bluff Road. We said something, okay? When we saw overgrown vegetation over on the DePaul Center, we said something, okay? I see something, and I'm saying something. Over the last month, to me, the city council has appointed 2 members that seem to be handpicked. It seemed that way with the District 5 appointment, and it definitely seemed that way with the District 4 appointment. Now, I didn't know any of the candidates, but when I sat there and I saw the interview process, just like everyone else, hands down, Joe Alla was the best. And I don't know if anyone else has interviewed anybody and hired anybody, but wow, how impressive. So, great interview, but yet no one voted for her. Only Sal did. Yep, only Sal did. So, yeah, it was just disappointing to see that. So it seems as though it's not what the residents want, but what council wants. These council meetings are streamed and recorded for viewing. The council may want to go back and view these for themselves. If you do, you will see what we all see. What we see looks like corrupt activity. Just so you guys know, it looks like corrupt activity, or at least undemocratic. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about District 5 because that's where I live. Now I hear the city has some money to fix the fence on Bluff Road. So I'm very eager to see and hopefully see how that fence is coming along in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. If we can have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Edwin Cervantes.
Buenas noches, miembros del concilio. Muchas gracias. Primeramente, pues decirle a Eric Alonso que nosotros estamos contentos, orgullosos porque estás apoyando el deporte como nunca antes se había visto en esta comunidad. Es importante entender que esto sirve para el desarrollo integral, ayuda a la salud física y mental, pero sobre todo hace que la ciudad tenga jóvenes inclusivos para poder pasar momentos y para poder crear trabajo en equipo, que es lo más importante para nosotros. La zona sur te apoya, te respalda, estamos felices y sobre todo pues se tiene que respetar la democracia. Esto fue algo que indudablemente lo hemos defendido. A veces las personas pueden venir con comentarios malos, negativos, pero debemos enfocarlo en lo productivo, en lo que está funcionando y que nos estén volteando a ver. Y también pues felicitar a Daniela Romo por todo tu trabajo que has hecho. Estás con todo, nos estás ayudando demasiado. Estamos muy orgullosos que las mujeres pues hoy sean parte de la comunidad que nos representes y pues estamos felices con la participación de ustedes. Muchas gracias.
Gracias por tu comentario. So, does that conclude all speakers? Okay, we'll move on to staff communication on items of community interest.
Yes, Mayor, Councilmember, we have a couple of items. I want to pass it over to our Director of Transportation, John Soria. He has an announcement to make.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarez. Good evening, Mayor Melendez and honorable members of the City Council. John Soria, Director of Transportation. This evening, we'd like to formally invite our City Council members to join us the week of March 17th. The week of March 17th is when we celebrate National Transit Appreciation Week. So this is a moment when we have the opportunity to celebrate the hardworking efforts of our men and women who provide superior service to our community. Last year, we kicked it off with a single-day event, which usually takes place annually on March 18th. This year, we want to extend our celebratory festivities, and so we're kicking off Monday, March 17th, with our Maintenance Monday. This is where we have an opportunity to celebrate the hardworking men and women of our maintenance department who ensure that our fleet is on the road on a daily basis and meeting our service demands. On Tuesday, we do have Transit Tuesday. Transit Tuesday is when we will be highlighting the accomplishments and the hardworking efforts of our transit bus operators. Women's Wednesday, we want to highlight the strong women who represent transportation in our transportation industry. And then on Thursday, we will be celebrating Administration Thursday. So our administrative staff that ensure that everything is in place so that we can function seamlessly day to day. But we definitely want to give an extra special invitation for Tuesday, March 18th, is when we'll have the brunt of our workforce out, and we'd love to have you guys join us for these festivities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Director Soria. Do we have any other?
Yes, Mayor, Council Member. Also, reminder, tomorrow we're having our 4th community budget meeting at Quiet Cannon at 6 p.m. We invite residents, council, everybody to join us to once again hear about our budget process, and we would love to hear your feedback in terms of what your priorities are as residents. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay, we'll move on to our regular business. City Manager, do we have a presentation for this item?
Item number 7, we don't have a presentation, but we're available to answer any questions, if there aren't any.
I'll first ask the City Clerk, do we have any speakers on this?
We do not.
Okay, I'll look around to see if any of my colleagues have any questions or comments on this item. Okay, I do have a couple of questions on this. In regards to the ordinance itself, does the ordinance include any provisions to like encourage any local hiring or prioritizing businesses that are based in Montebello? And if there isn't, is there an opportunity to maybe include that language?
Michael?
Yes, Mayor, I can take this. So this ordinance in itself does not include I think what you're referring to is a local preference type language. Typically where you would see a local preference is through the formal RFP process. And if that is something council supports, we could update our policies that would put in a local preference so that during the scoring of formal RFPs, there can be, extra points provided for a local vendor.
And as a follow-up on that, so it would be, this could be implemented as a policy for the whole city every time there's like an RFP, or is this like case by case? And at what point can we maybe take that into consideration here or have that discussion?
I think Mayor, Council, if you allow us, I hear what you're saying. Allow us to kind of analyze and think about this a little bit more, right? We have internal policies. We also have to follow public contracting code. I think it's something that we could definitely evaluate in terms of having additional consideration if you are a local business. But we can definitely come back with that on more information, aside from this ordinance that's being passed.
Okay, thank you, appreciate that. At this time, if there's no other questions or comments, Councilor Peralta?
I just do have just a question or more for clarification. In the staff agenda report, it did say that these updates are also in relation to recommendations from the state audit. Do you mind just providing us just like a brief overview in terms of the recommendations from the state audit and how this update addresses those concerns and those actions? that they
Yes, Council
encourage?
Member, happy to talk about, as many of you may know, in 2018, the state auditors began a process, and one of the issues that was highlighted was in terms of our process for public contracting and procuring services. Our position is that we do follow public contracting code. We adhere to every regulation, state, local, and even our internal ordinances. As we've been going through this process and communicating with the state auditors, and we work towards resolving all the outstanding issues. One of these outstanding issues was, in essence, what we consider is restating what our policy is internally, right? So if you want to view this as an additional measure that we're including internally, that doesn't mean that we weren't adhering to these regulations previously, but this is basically our attempt to, once again, try to further address the concerns the state auditor has. Thank you.
Is there any other question, comment? No? Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve this item.
I'll motion to approve item
Okay.
7.
All right, we have a first by Councilor Peralta. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second by Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. If I can please have a roll call.
Councilor Alonso,
Aye.
Councilor Romero,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilor Peralta,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. All right, we'll move on to the consent calendar.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. At this time, the city council will be considering items number 8 through 14. And all items on the consent calendar are considered to be routine. Any item a member wishes to discuss, including the items for any public comment cards, should be designated at this time. All other items may be approved in a single motion. Such approval will also waive the reading of any ordinance. Mr. City Clerk, do we have any cards for consent?
Yes, we do have one speaker card for agenda item number 12.
For 12, okay, thank you. And if I may poll the council, Mr. Mayor, I'll start tonight with Councilmember Alonso. Do you have any items?
No question.
Thank you. Councilmember Romero, do you have any items?
No, I just, my question was regarding item number 13, that I would abstain from that.
Thank you.
Since I was not here.
Which one, item?
For 13, for the minutes, for approval of the minutes.
Okay. Is it because you were not present at those meetings?
Correct.
So why don't we just note that your abstention on that item, if that's okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, so we won't have to pull that separately. Thank you. And also then moving on to Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. Any additional items?
No items.
Councilmember Peralta
No, none.
and Mayor Melendez.
Yes, item number 9, please.
Item number 9. Okay. So at this point, it would be appropriate to entertain a motion to approve items 8, 10, 11, 13, noting the abstention of Councilmember Romero, and item 14 also. Be appropriate to entertain a motion to approve those items.
Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve these items.
I motion to approve the items as stated into the record.
Okay, we have a first by Councilor Peralta. Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, second by Councilmember Alonso. If I can please have a roll call.
Councilor Alonso,
Aye.
Councilor Romero,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilor Peralta,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. All right, we'll move on to item number 9. I pulled this item just for questions, educational purpose for us in the community. If we can just, in regards to the contract, if we can talk about the revenue from the parking fines, and some of these questions might not be able to be had here, but maybe if we can get a report later on. But essentially, what's the revenue from the parking fines, and what percentage does that cover in regards to the actual enforcement services? And then as a follow-up question, is there a percentage of the citations that go unpaid? and what measures are taken to collect those. And the reason why I bring up the second question is just as of today, I did receive an email from a resident that got a citation, not able to pay for it. I know it's might be around 75, 80 bucks. To some, especially the way the economy is and everything, that could be extremely difficult. So I also want to see how we can get the conversation going about possibly we don't want to, if there's a citation needs to be taking place, we need to do it, but also there is that hardship for some folks that don't have the money to pay for it, and there could be, circumstances in life that can make somebody get a citation. So I know, just kind of want to see if there's, if there could be a possibility to have that conversation and see if there could be even a waiver, or if this would be the appropriate time for that.
Yes, Mayor, I think Mr. Palumbi is ready to speak on, I think, the majority of those items, right? Yes, sir? You want to take it?
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council. Mayor, to answer your question on the revenue, I'll just give you percentages, but this is based on revenue collected, and this goes back all the way to 2022. April 1st, 2022 through March 31st, 2023, we brought in more than, and these numbers are a little skewed because it was the first year, but based on, my percentages might be off, but 80% is what we brought back from what we expended. So we made 80% more than we paid on the contract. And then for the following year, for 23, 24, we brought back over 60%. And then for this year, through, I believe, February, we are again over 60%. So to answer the question, the contract does pay for itself, and I'll let the finance director correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll look over to Michael.
No, thanks, Joe. So for park enforcement, not only does the community development team use Intercon, but they also have full-time and part-time staff. So the total cost of park enforcement is a little greater than what we receive in revenue. But what Director Palumbi says is correct in terms of parking revenue, and we do receive more parking revenue than what we're spending on Intercon alone. And then I also want to just shout out to Joe and his team working with finance to actually make it easier for folks to pay their tickets. So it turns out people actually do want to pay when they're able to. We've made it easier, and that has also helped with revenue collection.
Yeah, and if I may add, the enforcement that's being done is strictly limited to following the street sweeper with this contract. So once the street sweeper passes, for example, we do not go back and issue citations. It's only when a vehicle is impeding the ability for the street sweeper to do its job. That's when the ticket is issued. So the Intercon personnel has been advised that once vehicles park and the street sweeper has gone by, do not go back and issue citations. So hopefully that provides a little bit more clarity. And then with regard to the process, we do have a mediation process where they can contest the ticket, and then we do take everything into consideration, including hardships, and then we make it we make a decision based on the facts. And in most cases, if it's something that is a first time, and we do show consideration there. So.
Thank you for that. Thank you both for the explanation. I did pull this item, but I want to see if my colleagues have any questions or comments on this item. No? Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the item.
I motion to approve the item.
Okay, we have a first by Councilor Peralta.
Second.
Second by Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. If we can please have a roll call.
Councilor Alonso?
Aye.
Councilor Romero?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo?
Aye.
Councilor Peralta?
Aye.
Mayor Melendez?
And I vote aye. All right, we'll move on to item number 12, and I believe we have a speaker for this item.
Yes, we do. We have Will Severa, and item number 12.
Hi, Dean Council. So just to get clarification, I know this is the way it used to be prior to 2018. This is an item that is on the agenda, so we can have extended discussion, correct? So we can actually ask questions and get answers while I'm up here under my three? The reason why I bring this up is, do we have a person that's running a social media site on our staff right now? Can I get an answer for that?
Why don't we do this?
No,
Why don't we have all
let
the
me, I have my 3 minutes
questions?
because I want to get the
Mayor, why
answer.
don't we have all the
Please don't
questions
interrupt my 3
presented
minutes.
and then
Mr.
response?
Ferrer,
This
so
is the
we'll
Stop my
opportunity
time.
for public comment.
Thank you, City Attorney. So ask us the questions that you have, and then we'll address them at the conclusion of your
But if I do that at the conclusion, if I don't have a clarification, then I can't continue speaking.
What we'll have is, we'll make sure to have staff follow up on any.
Well, I just want to
questions
get
and
it on the
clarification.
record. So do we have a person? Okay, so we have a person that's actually maintaining it. So how much are we paying that person? That's a legal answer because we can get that information. It's transparent California, so that's not a hidden view. Can I please get the salary number for that then? Because we're going to be spending, if I understand this correctly, $49,000 each year. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's accurate on the staff report, yeah.
Okay, so we've ended up letting go of Michael Chi for not wanting to spend the money, and we didn't have the money. Now we're gonna go into spending $49,000 for something that a person that's hired in social media should understand how to do. Because if you're a business, you have the algorithms and analytics already. So whether it's Google, Facebook, Snapchat, any of those that you have, they should be able to understand the rubrics, the analytics, and be able to do it. So why are we spending another $49,000 per year when that person should be able to do the job? If they cannot do that job, then you have hired the wrong person. I have nothing against the person. I don't know who the person is, and I probably do like them. But the concern I have is we are currently being sued by Michael Chi, which everybody here, just giving you guys heads up, I don't like. I'm glad he was fired because he released my personal information of my medical to the public and put it online. I never asked for him to be fired, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is we're currently going to have a lawsuit. So now you're going to be bringing this budget up for something that he was in, and it's just going to look really wrong inside of court. So I would really hope that you guys nix this because you guys all have campaign managers, and they all know how to read analytics. So we're going to be spending $49,000 a year for something that an employee should be able to know how to read. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have any other speakers?
We do not.
Okay, at the council level discussion, I'll look around to see if any of my colleagues have any questions, and also if staff wants to provide any further information as well.
Mayor, can we get clarification or just a better understanding in terms of the specific tool and I guess like why the city needs it, or how does this augment potentially the responsibilities of staff that does public affairs and social media?
Yes, Mayor, we're happy to talk about it. I'll pass it over to David Sosnaki, who oversees this department, but we all are full-service cities. We have it's not as simple as like, hey, one person oversees everything, right? There's many components that goes into providing information, analytics, how we oversee our department, and how we relate that to residents, right? So there's a good reason, and these are legitimate concerns. So Mr. Sosnowski can talk a little bit more since he oversees that in detail.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarez. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Council Member, for the question, and members of the public as well for the question. So Zen City, just for a note in general for everybody, we've been using that for 5 years in the city, so it's kind of continuation of that. And as the staff report articulates, we've reached the 5-year max state audit, let us know, right, to make sure we have 5-year contracts. So bringing that to council for the first time so we could actually be blessed through this process, and could have done it through the city manager's authority as a $49,000 per year contract, but in the name of transparency, wanted to share that with everybody here. So to speak to the questions about the product and the software, it is a sole source. We're claiming that sole source exemption from the municipal code, but all the things that the city manager stated. So besides the analytics, it's a scheduling software that we use for all platforms, and the city has various platforms, not just the city of Montebello handle. We oversee the transit, the fire, the PD, and all the Instagram and Facebook and all the related handles that are related to that. But not only is it just to schedule things and look at analytics, because a staff member could do that, but this allows us to have reporting, so we see what the trends are and respond appropriately to residents. So when folks are letting us know they have issues with the My Montebello app, our staff are reaching out because this flags it for us. And also looks at trends we know where we're lacking, to be honest with you. So we can do a better job for communicating to the public and to council and everybody here. In addition to that, it provides surveys, so the budget survey, the crosswalk survey, those are services without Zen City that we would end up paying for separately. So we'd pay like a SurveyMonkey or a more robust version of a survey service, because there are free ones out there. But so that we can have long-term surveys and unlimited amount of users, and kind of like to make sure that there's not repeat users in the survey. So it has that option to save us money from not hiring a third-party software. And in addition to that too, when some other softwares that we use wind down here in October, we're able to consolidate. So the $49,000 we spend will be spent on this Zen City product, but we'll also stop using other softwares because this one can handle all of the options. So that was the thought process from the staff, just kind of choose one platform, the sole source platform, and with this council's consideration, we like to continue using Zen City. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Sosnowski. Do you have any other questions, comments? Do any of my colleagues have any questions or comments? I see a gentleman raising his hand. Did you submit a card?
No, we don't have any cards.
Were you going to speak on this item? Did you submit a card?
Nada más para aclarar que los comentarios que están diciendo sobre la persona que recibió los $200 que no es de la
Right
ciudad.
now we can't speak. Nomás podemos hablar de este item.
Okay.
La próxima vez cuando tengamos comentarios, puedes.
Oh, okay.
Gracias. Okay, so at this time I'll entertain a motion to approve this item.
A motion to approve?
Okay, we have a first by Councilmember Peralta.
I second.
That was Councilmember Alonso, second, okay.
I second.
All right, if we can please have a roll call.
Councilor Alonso,
Aye.
Councilor Romero,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilor Peralta,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. Okay, that item carries. This brings us to council orals. There's none here, but Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo did share that she did have an announcement to make.
I do. So I would like to take a point of privilege and make an announcement. Montebello's Police Department will be participating in the Baker to Vegas run this year that will take place in early April. So let's support them as they take on the legendary Baker to Vegas Challenge, which is a grueling 120-mile relay race that pushes our officers to their limits, testing endurance, teamwork, and dedication. Our new police chief, Chief Lopez, will be participating along with 15 other officers. The Montebello team will be having a fundraiser that's going to take place at El Pescador, the corner of Poplar and Beverly, this Saturday, March 15th at 6 p.m. Please stop by to support them. Also, they are going to be collecting waters, Gatorades, apples, bananas, cuties, granola bars, or cookies. So these items can be taken to the police department, and that'll help out with the relay race. Our contact person is Officer Gayton, and if we can show our support for their service, for our police services by standing behind them in this incredible challenge. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Mayor Pro Tem. Actually, let me go back to the AB 1234 reports. Do any of my colleagues have anything to report? No? Okay. At this time, there's no other council orals, so we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 8:26. Thank you, everyone.